Hi guys, today we are going to be playing with a brand that I have not seen anybody on YouTube talk about. That obviously doesn't mean that no one's made videos, it's just that the people that I follow and the people that I watch, I haven't seen anybody mention this brand. And I think I stumbled across this brand on, I want to say on Instagram. It must have been on Instagram. Like I probably saw a post and I was like, wow, that looks beautiful. And then I checked out their website, which is an Etsy store. So we're going to be testing out Shellwe makeup. So I think this is it's definitely a made in China brand, but I don't know if the brand itself is Chinese or what, because they have their names and stuff on the palettes in English. I really don't know, but there is like Chinese on the writing on the back of the palette, so I don't know what that exactly means. But I have an eyeshadow palette here, and this is the Liana eyeshadow palette. I saw this and I saw the color story, which is absolutely stunning, and then I saw some swatches and I was like, I'm sold. Like, I want to try this. This is a 3 shimmer, 1 matte palette. Very interesting color story. I feel like I'm going to want to pull in some kind of a black shadow to go with this, since there is only one shade that's matte, but that's totally fine. And then one of the other things that really spoke to me was their highlighting palette, because there are so many iridescent highlighting palettes that look exactly like this that are coming out these days. I know Sugar Drizzle is coming out with one as well. I'm so excited. The Blendbunny one is my absolute favorite so far. I really love that one. Bella Beauty Bar has one as well. And I saw this, I was like, let me be the one to try this one as well, because I can never get too much. So this one is absolutely stunning. The 4 first shades in this swatches like an absolute dream, and like I know I'm going to love them on the face. The last 2 shades, which is the shade Unstoppable and Love Me Back, which is the yellow and the sort of lavender shade, they did not swatch well at all. They were super dry and I could barely get anything to kind of stick on my my hand or my fingers when I tried to pick it up. So I actually messaged the brand because I wasn't sure if this was intentional, if the formula was supposed to be like this, or if it was maybe something went wrong in pressing like a certain batch or something. And they did message me back and they said that they don't swatch very well, but they do apply nicely to the face. So we're gonna try it out and see if that is actually the case. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and kind of jump in, because I'm so curious and I really wanna try this out. I don't have a code or anything with the brand. I don't have an affiliated link. I will link their Etsy store down below if you're interested in checking any of this out. But yeah, let's go ahead and try it. So I want to start actually with the highlighting palette, and I want to try one of the shades that didn't swatch well, because if it doesn't look good, we can layer something else over the top. So I'm going to go in with the yellow shade here, which this is one of the shades that did not swatch very well. So these 2 down here, I'm going to use this brush from Rephr. This is the 09 brush, or P09. So it used to be a prototype. I'm not exactly sure if they actually sell this. So we're just going to see. Okay, so I do see it on the face, but it's definitely not like super intense. I feel like you can probably see it a little bit better on camera. It's just a very, very dry formula. So this color is definitely not going to be my favorite. It's almost like it's missing that sort of glitteriness that these other shades have, because the other ones look so pretty, and it makes me sad because this is the color that I probably would have wanted the most. So I think I'm gonna go in with the shade here, which is the green one. This one is called Frozen Rain, and I already know that this one is gonna be amazing. Like I can already tell, like it's such a different form. Like that looks so much better. Like that looks what I wanted the yellow one to look like, which makes me kind of sad, because like how do you get 4 of the formulas in this palette to be amazing and then the other 2 are just very lackluster? Like did they not notice when they were making this, or did they just not care because something went wrong and they're like, well, we're just gonna sell them anyway? Like that's sort of what it felt like, because they obviously know how to make really nice formulas, because this one is beautiful and it's exactly what I want this kind of formula to be. It's just a sheer formula without a colored base, and it just has that sort of green shift to it. It's really, really pretty. If you're wondering about my pony today, I don't know how I feel about it. Like I kind of like it, but I don't know if I can pull off this color. It's just something about that very, very cool tone gray that I don't know if it goes with my complexion. I do think it's really cute though. What is the name of this one? Hang on, I have it right in front of me. This is the Lola pony from INH, and it's in the shade Black Brown with silver in it, and I do think it's really cute. Like I don't know, I really like the look of it, but I'm just not sure about the color. And it's also one of the heavier ponies from them, so I don't feel like I'll be able to really wear this all day, but I do feel like I got a good application today. That really makes a big difference if you're able to like get it on properly and not have it be sliding around. So I don't know, we'll see. Now let's move into the eyeshadow palette and see how this one performs. Now from the swatches, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Because this palette swatches, ooh, so good. The shimmers look insane. I'm probably gonna use all of them on my eyes today, even though it's a little bit hard to sort of pair this multi-chrome here together with the greens and this. I don't know, it's just a very interesting and unique color story, and that's why I want to try to make it work and use all the shades, because obviously they're meant to be together, so it's probably supposed to work quite well. So we're gonna try it and just see how it goes. I'm gonna start with the matte shade here, which is called Trap Queen, and I'm just gonna put that into my crease as well as underneath my eye as my kind of transition shade, and just like, I mean, it's the only matte, so I'm just gonna use it as the only matte in the palette and then probably deepen it up with something else. It's going on very, very nicely. I really like the color of that as well. It's sort of a muted kind of, it's not a grungy green, but it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It has a bit of white to it, but it's not a pastel, but it's a really, really cool color. So my husband and I are going to Trader Joe's after this. I know it's a very change of topic here, but I'm just excited, and I wanted to ask you guys, what are your favorite items from Trader Joe's? It's not a place that we go very often, but I love going and just seeing what they have. It's kind of far away from where we live, so we kind of have to make a big trip if we're gonna go. We can't just like go pick up one thing. So we're gonna do a little Trader Joe's haul. Last time we went, we ended up picking up a lot of their like barbecue chicken that was in the frozen section that you just kind of fry on a pan and then put the sauce in, and it's like a saucy barbecue chicken, and then we just make some rice on the side and veggies, and it's so good. But let me know what your favorite items from Trader Joe is, because I'm always looking to try new things there, because all of their stuff, I don't think I've ever had anything from Trader Joe's that I didn't like. So let me know what your favorite items are, especially if they're like limited edition for the holidays and stuff like that. I would love to try some more of them. So we're probably gonna pick up quite a few things today, and definitely more of those like quick and easy meals, because they're just so convenient, and I love things that don't take too long, because none of us really like cooking. So if we're gonna cook, it's like always something super simple like pasta, or like, you know, something that's frozen that we can easily make, or just a really, really easy like meat, veggies, and potatoes in the oven or something like that. But I really like this color. That is really cute. It's going on quite nicely. It's maybe not as opaque as I would have liked. It's taken a little bit of sort of building up and packing it on to be nice and rich, but I do think it's doing what I want it to do. I really like this color. Just gonna run that on my lower lash line as well. I would say that worked quite well. I am going to deepen this up just because I don't feel like this is deep enough for what I like. So I'm going to take the black shade in the Blendbunny Blends palette and just use that as a deepening shade. I don't feel like I need to really explain too much what I'm doing here, because I'm just gonna put this in the outer corner and a little bit into my crease just to get some more depth, especially because I feel like a lot of these shimmer shades are kind of dark. And when I say a lot, I mean 2 of them, because there's only 3. But I just want to make sure that I can blend these easily into the matte shades and just get a bit of a more seamless blend with everything. And I'm sure you all have a black shadow in your collection if you wanted to recreate something similar. So I'm taking the black like halfway onto my lid as well, because I really want to layer those shimmers over the black just to kind of see what they're going to look like. I know I'm covering up a lot of that green, but I just really want the shimmers to be the star of the show in this look as well, because I feel like they're the star of the shows in the palette. So just want to make it that way on the eyes as well. And this shade is layering on top of that green very nicely, so that is always a good sign when you're able to layer colors over what you've already put down. So I think this palette is going to work nicely in conjunction with other items in your collection, because for me this is not a standalone palette. I mean, it only has 4 shades in it, and I feel like I can only probably do like a few looks with it before I get bored and need to bring in something else, but those are working very nicely together. I'm gonna go in with the shimmers now. I am going to kind of finesse this a bit more as we go, but I just want to put these on my eyes and see what they look like. So I'm first gonna put down some of my NYX glitter primer like I always do, and I'm gonna use my MAC 242. This one has completely rubbed off because I use it so often. I'm just gonna put that glitter primer basically all over my lid except for the very outer corner of my eye. And I am going to use all of the 3 shades on my lid, I think. And I'm gonna start with the darkest shade, which is the green in the palette. This is probably the one that's the least metallic, but it's still for sure a metallic shade. It's just a little bit drier than the other 2. I'm just gonna put that, like I said, pretty much on the outer third of the lid and just layer it over the black and kind of blend it into the black. You're not gonna be seeing too much of this, I think, when the look is done, because I really want the silver and the red to be in the spotlight, but I just wanted to put this on the eye still and just kind of see what it looks like. It's not super metallic, which I sort of expected. I think this would make for a really nice smoky eye with only that green in the crease and this one all over the lid. Because of the formula that it is, it will be very easy to blend into the matte and make a smoky eye out of it. So I think this was a nice addition into this palette, and I also really like the kind of depth of it to go along with that matte. I feel like they did a good job choosing the right sort of green to fit in here nicely, because I think that looks really nice. Next up, I'm gonna take the multi-chrome. This is a hard to explain story of my life. Red to orange to kind of green, like a slight green shift to it. I'm just gonna take that on the same. Wow, that picked up a lot. I'm gonna just tap off a little bit. That was a lot of shadow. Wow, okay. So I'm gonna put that on the middle of my lid. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is exactly what I expected after swatching it. And I do think this look is gonna be kind of weird. But I think as soon as I get the silver on the lids, I think it's all going to come together. So I'm gonna blend this nicely into the green. I'm gonna take it quite far out, and then I'm gonna layer the silver over this one again, and it's gonna make for a pretty nice gradient. I think this is layering so well over that green. I'm shocked because I wouldn't expect sort of an orange and a green to mix that well in together, but these are doing wonderfully marrying together here. That looks so good. Okay, this is kind of a look. And like I said, I don't think that I'll be using this shade or like these shades on their own again. I really think for me this is a companion palette, so I'm excited to use this like along with other things. I can see myself just using this palette for like one of the shimmers and then using mattes from somewhere else. Just gonna go in with the silver now. Wow, that is so beautiful. I've had such good luck with silver eyeshadows recently, and I feel like there's been a lot of them in palettes, and I love silver eyeshadows, so I'm not mad at that at all. This is so beautiful and sparkly. It almost looks like a glitter without being a glitter. Like, I feel like this one is more, it's not chunkier than the one in the Blendbunny palette, but it looks more chunky on the lid, not in a bad way. Again, I just feel like together with these other colors, I would have preferred it like used with something else, but as a shade, I think it is beautiful. That looks so pretty. Like, I gotta be honest, I'm not loving this color combination, but I just really wanted to try out all of the shades in this palette. It's absolutely my own fault, so I'm not blaming anyone but myself here. I'm gonna take this shade, just wrap it around and a little bit down to my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish off with my look. Just try to make this all sort of come together, and then I'll come back and show you what I did, as well as just give you my thoughts on these products. And here is the finished look. I gotta say though, I do like this look more now that it's kind of like complete, but I still don't love the color combination of like the warm tones and the cool tones together. But again, not the palette's fault, totally my own fault for like using it in this way. And I think that overall the palette itself is really nice quality. I think the shadows are beautiful individually, and I'm really excited to be using this together with something else in my collection, and I'm definitely going to be doing that. Let's talk about what I did to finish off before I talk about the highlighting palette. So I am wearing a pair of Kiss lashes. They did send me these quite a while ago, and these are the shade Pret-a-Porter. I really like the shape of these. I think that they're beautiful, but now that I have put them on, I remembered that I didn't trim them enough last time, so they're a little bit long. They're poking me a little bit on the inner corners of my eye, but I think the application was pretty simple. The one thing I will say about these is that they don't keep their shape as well as I find some other lashes do, because they were kind of like straight and they weren't like stuck to the thing. So they were a little bit harder to get on properly, but I think they're beautiful lashes and they're really, really nice quality. So far, all of the lashes that I've gotten from Kiss have been really nice. It's just I'm not able to use all of them because some of them are just so big and like way too intense for what I am able to pull off with my little eyes. So I'm not able to use a lot of the Kiss lashes that I do have, but I will make sure to put them in future giveaways because I know for myself that I'm not going to be able to use them. But if you see Kiss lashes in the stores, maybe try a pair, because like I said, the quality has been really, really nice and they have some really nice styles too. If you're wondering what's on my lips today, I did make an order from the Sephora sale because I really wanted to pick up more Charlotte Tilbury lip products because I just love them, and I picked up one of their kissing formula lipsticks. I haven't tried this one before. This is my first time wearing it. This is in the shade Nude Romance. I mean, story of my life picking out a nude lipstick, like who was surprised? But so far I love it. It's so comfortable. It looks so good on the lips. It is such a beautiful color, and I think that Charlotte Tilbury just does lip products very well. And as someone who has really, really dry lips, I find that so many lip formulas, almost all lip formulas, just look bad on me after a long time. But these just wear so well that Charlotte Tilbury is by far like my favorite brand when it comes to lip products, because I just love the way that they look on my lips and the way that they wear on me. So that was a huge hit in my opinion. So yeah, this palette here, I wouldn't recommend this. Honestly, I think get the Blendbunny palette instead if you're looking for something like this, because there's no duds in here. Obviously the colors aren't exactly the same in both palettes, but they are like, you know, the same vibe. They're both iridescent shades that are used as highlighters or inner corner shades or whatever you have, whatever you want to use them as. These are beautiful, beautiful as eyeshadows as well. So if you're looking for an iridescent highlighting palette, would definitely recommend the Blendbunny one over this one. But if you want to maybe support a new brand, I don't know, this could be something to look into if you don't mind that two of them are quite subtle. But for me, I really need all of the shades in a palette to be good for me to be able to recommend it, and I don't feel like two of these are really that good. But the packaging from this brand, really, really nice, and I'm excited to see what they come out with in the future, because they're definitely a brand that's on my radar now because their eyeshadows are beautiful. So I think those are going to be my thoughts. Let me know if you've seen anybody else review this brand, and let me know who it is. You cannot put links in my comments because they will go to spam, so just keep that in mind. But if you've seen anybody review it, just let me know their channel name and I'll go check them out, because I want to see other reviews on this as well, especially if it's from someone that you trust. I would like to hear their opinions. So that's going to be my review of Shellwe makeup. Do you want me to pick up more from them? If they come out with something in the future, let me know. I can probably do that. If you want to see some other indie makeup first impression videos, I have a ton. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.